necessarily yoga. This class is going to be a little journey through the 7 main chakras of the body which reside up the spine. Now, working with our chakras is great if we are feeling like we are a bit stuck, and this can be physically, it can be in our thoughts, it can be our emotions. So working with the energy centers can really help to shift these so that we can clear out what we don't need, or the energy we don't need, and welcoming energy that we do need, which is going to help us move forward. So without further ado, you will just need your yoga mat, and I will see you there. Right, okay, so we are going to begin in child's pose. So big toes together, knees apart. Bring your butt back to your heels and then caterpillar, the fingers out. Relax your forehead to the floor and let's start to connect with the breath. So with your next inhale, see if you can inflate the back of your rib cage, the side of your ribs, down to your belly, and then as you exhale, breathe out all the air, finding that subtle connection with your core. So with this practice, we're going to make a journey through the 7 main chakras. So the first chakra will be our root. So we're starting from the base of the spine and we're going to work up towards the top of the spine, the crown of our head. So the root chakra is located at the tailbone. It is linked with our survival instinct. Okay, so if this one needs a little bit of work, and it probably does because it's the foundation, it can mean that you have been in your fight, flight, survival mode for a little bit too long. So this one, when we work on it, will help to stimulate feelings of safety, of security, of grounding, of connection with the earth. So it's a really good one to start with. Start from the base, start with the foundations, and then work your way up. Alright, so from here, let's come up to all fours. Bringing our hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Just shift forwards and backs, so start to wake up the body. Press into all 5 toes, feel that engagement through the shins, that shift back of your weight. And then claw the mat a little bit, start to push the floor away, so your chest lifts away from the floor. Rotate the backs of the arms towards one another and start to feel that power at the front and back of your body, and that connection with the floor, the connection with the earth. And then from there, we're going to go straight into down facing dog. So curl the toes under, press the hips up and back. And we'll take a moment just to pedal it out. So again, connect to your finger pads, connect to your feet. See how they're connecting with the earth. Keep breath nice and smooth, and imagine the energy around that root chakra starting to move. If you want to go deeper into this, the colour associated with the root chakra is red, so you could visualise the colour red in your mind's eye around the base of the tailbone. And that can further stimulate and clear that area, that energy centre area. Okay, from here, look to the front. Let's take an inhale. Walk it to the front of your mat for a forward fold on your exhale. And then inhale, let's root to rise, bring it on up. Okay, and then exhale, hands to prayer. Find your feet here. Again, root chakra is all about connection, okay? Finding that stability, finding that base. So see if you can get that now through the feet. Don't be afraid to move, shift around. Really get connected with how you feel. How you feel as you stand on your 2 feet. And then with your next inhale, let's reach up high. Exhale, fold. Keep that connection with your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, root to rise. Okay, we'll do that another 2 more times. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. All the while keeping that connection with your feet. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Breathe, bring it up, root to rise. Right, exhale, hold, fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. And then with your next exhale, let's step back into plank. Now you can drop the knees for this if that feels like what is appropriate for you today. Otherwise, again, wherever you are, it's just about finding connection. Push back through the inner and outer heels if you've lifted the knees off the floor. Push the finger pads into the floor, hug the backs of the arms. Feel that connection with your center and feel the energy move from the center down through the limbs, waking up the whole body. Find connection with your breath. Alright, and then from there, lower your weight so the knees can drop down here if you wish. All the way down to the floor, release the toes, press them down, find that connection with the earth again. And then inhale into your cobra. Connect through the shoulder blades, drawing the shoulder blades in and gently down and forward towards the front of your heart. Feel that space opening up in your chest. I'll take one more inhale. And then exhale, down facing dog. So still on the root. From here we're going to inhale the right leg up. Get the right one. Exhale, we're going to step it through. Drop the knee. Take an inhale, connect to the earth and come up into a low lunge. So again, it's all about how am I getting my stability with the earth, with the floor, with the ground beneath me. Exhale, hands come down, inhale the back knee up and then exhale down facing dog. We'll try that on the other side. So inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it through, drop the knee and then inhale. Here we go. Find that stability, that connection to the floor. The connection with your feet. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale the back knee up. Exhale down facing dog. Okay, let's step it up again. Inhale, right leg up high. Exhale, step it through. And then inhale, find a crescent lunge. So we're making it a little bit harder, testing our balance. So to help you, scissor the inner legs together, stay firmly connected with your feet. Feel that connection with the floor. With your next exhale, let's bring the hands down beside the front foot. Inhale, plank. Exhale, low to the floor your way. So chaturanga or take it all the way to the floor. Take a cobra or take it to upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, connect your feet. Find that power, bring yourself up. Scissor the inner legs together. Soften the front ribs in to help you engage your core, to help you find that stability, that foundation. And then exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, plank. Exhale, low to the floor your way. Inhale, take back bend of your choice, cobra or wild dog. Exhale, down facing dog. Alright, inhale. Exhale. And then inhale. to the front, exhale, fold. And then inhale, bring it up. And exhale, hands to the heart. Okay, from here we're coming into tree pose. So when we're rooting, when we're trying to build up our stability and our foundation, bounces are pretty good. So we'll come up onto the right leg first, and we'll take the left leg into our tree pose. So you can have the heel just pressing against your ankle with the toes on the floor, or you can have the foot on the shin or on the thigh. It really doesn't matter, just do what feels good. What I want you to really focus on is connecting to that foot on the floor. Find a spot in front of you that doesn't move. That will really help with balance. Find that connection. Alright, well done. And then from here, let's release. Take a big step back. Heels in line with each other. The left leg or the left foot is facing the long edge of your mat. The right foot is facing the front. Coming into Warrior Two. Again, find that connection with the feet. Well done. Extend through the fingers. Engage through your upper back. Find that power, that Warrior Two. Alright, take an inhale, find reverse. Exhale, come into side angle your way. Elbow on the front knee, it's always a good option. You can drop the hand to the floor if that feels good to you. And then we'll take it down. Come into a runner's lunge. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower your way. Inhale, take an up dog or cobra. Exhale, down facing dog. Take a breath in our dog pose. And then inhale, let's step it to the front. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, bring it on up. And then exhale, press the air away. Alright, second side. So bring the weight into your left leg and then come into tree pose, choosing whichever leg position you wish. No right or wrong. Find a spot on the floor in front of you to help you balance. Think about that connection with the floor. Alright, one more breath here. And let's take a nice big step back. Finding our Warrior Two on the side. Again, connection with the floor, connection with your feet. Finding that sense of grounding, that sense of power. Alright, take an inhale, reverse, exhale, side angle. We're not here for long, but do feel free to come into whichever version feels good. Don't lose your feet though. And then bring your hands to the floor. Wait for an inhale, step back into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, we're moving on from the root, moving between the space between our pubic bone and our belly button. So the Sacral Chakra. Which is linked to the colour orange. So if you like the colour focus, then think of the colour orange in that space now. So the Sacral Chakra is linked with our ability to be creative, to express our emotions, to go with the flow, alright, to not let events stop us in our tracks. So it's a really good chakra to work with. So we're going to inhale the right leg up, and the best way to work with this chakra is to open the hips. So we're going to step the right leg to the outside of the right hand, coming into a high lizard. Alright, so when this chakra is balanced, we're able to express ourselves, we're able to express our emotions and to communicate them. When we're stuck, we tend to hold them all inside, and that can build up a lot of stiffness in our hips. So by working on the hips, we can release whatever's got stuck and hopefully move it on, or it along its way. Alright, now from here we're going to drop the knee, and then, excuse me, I'm going to turn away from you. We're going to bring the right arm back and reach back for the back heel, just to get a little bit more stretch in the hip flexor of your back leg. So take a few breaths here. It's quite a strong stretch. If it doesn't feel comfortable, then you can skip this bit out and just come into whatever version of lizard you prefer doing. Okay, gently release, curl the back toes under, pick up the back knee, and then we'll take it back into down facing dog and do the other side. So inhale the left leg up, exhale, step it to the outside of your left hand. And we'll take a moment in our lizard with the knee off the floor. Alright, and then you choose, stay in lizard, pick a different variation, or come down, reach back for King Arthur version of the pose. Keep dropping the hips to the floor. We're really trying to get some space in the front of the hips as much as we can. Alright, release, curl the back toes under. And then exhale, come back into down facing dog. Inhale the right leg up high. Exhale, step it through, coming into pigeon pose. So another yummy hip opener. If this version doesn't feel good or is uncomfortable for any reason, then you can come to the floor and do the supine version, where you're just taking the foot at the front of the opposite knee, and you can leave the foot on the floor actually and just push the bent knee away, or you can hug behind the thigh or on top of the shin for a deeper stretch. So you've got that option if you prefer. Got another 3 breaths here. I'm just going to rock up and take the seated version. Alright, so if you're on the floor, pop yourself back up. If you are in the other version, we're just going to bring ourselves down on the right sit bone and bring the left leg forward and over the right, coming into a seated twist. So just hug the front knee, take the left arm back, take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, we're just going to use your torso, use your abdominals to twist yourself around. If that doesn't feel comfortable in a seated position, you can always straighten the bottom leg for a slightly less intense version for your hips. Alright, to come out, either just unravel or cross the legs, Scooby-Doo over them and come back into down facing dog. And then we'll do that to the other side. So inhaling the left leg up, exhale, take a step forward, or just come down onto the floor and take the supine option of your pigeon. Got 3 more breaths here. And of course, if you wanted to, if you are in this version, you can bring your top half down towards the floor if you want to. So I should have mentioned that for the first side. Alright, if you're on the floor, bring yourself carefully up your way. Otherwise, we're going to bring the back leg, cross it over the front for a twist, seated twist. Bring the right arm back, push into the floor for some lift on the inhale, and then exhale. Use your core to twist your ribs around. Try and keep both sit bones on the floor and gently squeeze the inner legs together, and then you'll get a really good hip stretch as well as a twist. So we're actually moving into the 3rd chakra now, which is your solar plexus 1. Alright, one more breath here. And then release, come back into your downward facing dog, your way. So the solar plexus is linked to the colour yellow. It's also linked to our self-worth, our self-confidence, our self-worth, our ability to live the life that we want. So it's our powerhouse, our Duracell battery. So when we lack willpower, if we resent other people's success, if we get a bit withdrawn, possibly very, very shy around people, not being able to express our opinions, then we can be a little bit unbalanced in this chakra. So by working on the abdominal area, which is what we're going to do, we can boost our willpower. We can, become confident in ourselves, not in an egotistic way at all, but in a way which allows us to be the person that we want to be. So we're going to inhale the right leg up, exhale, step it through, coming into a low or high lunge, depending on what you feel like. We're going to come into a twist, so you just do what feels good for you. Scissor the inner legs in, find a good length in your spine. Bring the palms together, take an inhale, and then as you exhale, take it into a twist to the right. Keep scissoring the inner legs, keep a good connection on the floor. Remember, we're still working and balancing the other chakras as we move through our practice, and it's like a domino effect up and down. What we do with one affects all of them. Alright, from here, let's take an inhale, come back. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, come to your plank pose. Take it through vinyasa, or if you've had enough, go straight to downward facing dog. And we'll all meet up there. And we'll straight away go to the left. Inhale, the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise it up. And once you feel balanced, whether it's a low lunge or high lunge, bring your hands into your heart center, and then exhale, use your core, use your mid-region to take you into the twist. We've got 3 breaths here. Alright, inhale, come back to center, exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, come back to plank, and then we're going to drop the knees and swivel down to a seat. So we're going to have a little bit of fun. So I'm going to give you two options here. You can either just play with boat pose, alright, so you can have your knees bent or you can straighten them out, or you can join me for a plow and boat pose flow. So bringing the hands down, simply going to roll back into plow, and then with control, roll it back and up into Navasana. Okay, so coming back, coming into Navasana. So just have a play with this. Ooh. I'm enjoying it because it's that moment where you come from plow, to Navasana, which makes you switch on your core. So we're going to do another 3. Ooh, I can really feel my core working. I hope you can too. It doesn't matter, if you come out or how elegant it looks. We'll finish with a nice Navasana. So really pull the thighs to the torso, vice versa. Feel that power. For 3, 2, 1, and then cross it over. Coming back into downward facing dog, just to lengthen out through the sides of the body. Alright, so we've done the root, we've done our sacral, we've done the solar plexus, our Duracell battery area. Now we're coming on to the heart chakra. So we're going to bend the knees, or come forward into a plank and lower down, all the way to the belly, coming into Sphinx pose just for a moment. So the heart chakra is our ability to love ourselves, to accept ourselves, and to show that compassion and love to others. So it's the ultimate relationship with another human being chakra. So when we're a bit closed in this area, we might feel a lot of mistrust, we might feel unable to be intimate or open with anybody else or even ourselves, and that can make us feel very isolated and lonely. So this is a good chakra to work on if any of those energies are in your life at the moment, especially if you are going through a relationship trauma or problem or issue. This is the chakra that will help you. So it's linked with the colour green, so you can take a moment to visualise a lovely green colour enveloping your heart. Alright, I'm going to take one more breath here, and then we're going to come down. Slide your hands back so you can push yourself up into a seat. Legs are in front. Bring your hands by your side. And we're going to move on to another flow. So really activate the finger pads into the floor. Activate your legs and roll the inner legs down towards the floor. It's going to really help connect to your core, because from here we're going to move into table. So this will be our position on the exhale. As you inhale, we're going to bring the feet to the floor and press ourselves up into reverse table. And then exhale, come on down. Now if that doesn't work, just reverse breathing. Do what feels good for your body, just make sure you breathe. Okay, we've got one more, and then we are going to stay up in reverse table. And enjoy that pose. So really plug the arm bones into the socket, send the tailbone towards the backs of the knees, hug the inner legs together, feel that glute and hamstring activation, press the backs of the upper arms towards the back of your mat to feel them working hard as well. We're opening up the front of the chest, strengthening the back body to help keep that heart open, open to others, open to ourselves. Bring it down, well done. Super job. From there, we're going to come into bridge pose. So carefully roll yourself down. This pose is going to bridge the heart chakra with the next one up, which is our throat chakra. Now the throat chakra is all about our ability to communicate, something that I have to work on a lot, to speak our truth, to speak openly and clearly, but also with kindness as well. So find your feet, connect to the root once again. Again, like I say, we're working all of the chakras as we go through this practice. And take an inhale and an exhale, and then with your next inhale, let's bring it up into bridge. Now you can keep the arms by the side, or if you want a little bit of a deeper back bend, then interlace the fingers, come a little bit higher up on the shoulders. So zip the inner legs together. Think about guiding the hips up, drawing the knuckles towards the heels will help to open up through the chest, the sternum. Visualize that colour green resonating in your heart. And then also the colour for the throat chakra, blue. Maybe feel that around the throat area. And take one more breath here. And then release. Bring yourself down nice and carefully, and then draw the knees in, give them a little hug. We're not done with the back bends yet, so don't hug too much. And we're going to bring ourselves back up to a seat and then a kneeling position. So you come up in whichever way feels good. I'm going to come up to a high kneeling position with the toes curled under. So sometimes I need a little assistance to get my little pinkies under. So we'll just take a moment just to stretch out the feet. Find your breath again. And then from there, come up to a high kneeling. Bring your hands behind your back. Draw the inner elbows together to open the chest. And again, think about plugging the arm bones into the socket. From here, we're going to focus on that throat chakra. So with bridge, we kind of squeezed it in or closed it. With camel, we're going to open it. So connect the back and fronts of your legs. Make sure your glutes are switched on. Push your hips forward. And then imagine that you're coming up and back over a beer barrel. Sternum is reaching straight towards the ceiling. You decide how far you drop your head. Only go as far as is comfortable. Stay here, or if you want to, you could bring the arms to the heels. Come out, hands back, engage your core, chin to chest, come on up. And just take a moment in a kneeling position, if that's comfortable for you, or on all fours, whichever feels better. Just let the energy come back to a nice normal flow, because sometimes with camel we can really shift things. So we've done the throat, we're now moving up to the next one, second to last, which is your third eye or inner wisdom. So we're going to come back to child's pose to connect with this one. So you go down and bring your forehead either to the floor or on a brick if you want a bigger connection. I'm going to stay up just so I can talk a little bit about this chakra while you're holding the pose. Now this is our ability to distinguish between our reality and illusion, or the story in our head. So when it's slightly out, we live in our heads too much. What we create in our heads becomes our real story, and sometimes that can lead us to a position where we just can't relate to the outside world. We're not present, we're not connected, because we're too much in our own heads, and that can lead to isolation, and it can lead to mental health problems. So the energy of this one, it's really important to keep moving so that we can stay connected. We can keep that. We can distinguish between reality, what is real, and what we create in our own minds. So we'll stay for a few more breaths here. And then bring yourself up. We're going to come into our last chakra, the crown chakra, which is also known as the chakra of enlightenment, of spiritual connection with our ability to see ourselves as part of a bigger existence. So when this one is nice and balanced, we are content, we are happy, we're not searching for anything anymore, we are happy in our own existence. So for this one, we are going to do some headstand prep, okay? We won't go into headstand, we're just going to do the prep, which I think is just as valuable, so that you don't feel pressurized to get yourself up into headstand, especially if it's not a practice that you are aware of or do. Obviously, if you enjoy headstand and just want to go ahead and do it, then this is your time to play. Otherwise, come with me now. Slide your hands slightly back, squeeze the elbows in, and bring the crown of the head onto the floor. Now, this might be exactly where you stay. You're still stimulating the crown of your head, okay? Try not to place too much weight on your head. All the weight, or most of the weight, should be in your upper body, okay? Through the hands, the power of the finger pads, the elbows, and your upper back. So if you want to come into a little bit of headstand prep, if you're ready for it, then we're just going to walk the feet forward. All right, you might stay here. If you feel the toes coming light, you might want to place one knee on one elbow, like shown, and then maybe the other one is going to come up. So this is egg pose, and from there, if you want to, obviously, you've got the option of coming into headstand. And then you can come out and reverse it. Bring one foot down and the other, and then come back to a child's pose. And just take a moment to let everything relax. Find your breath. And gently bring yourself up. We're going to take a Shavasana, which is vital when working with the chakras, so please don't skip this out. yourself down. Ooh, should feel nice, should feel good. And then either stay with your knees bent, this is an option, knees together, feet apart, or slide them out straight. I'm going to take you through a little visualization, just to finish off. So just take a moment to relax the body into the floor. And then we'll go back to the base of our spine, the tailbone, our root chakra. I want you to visualize the colour red around the tailbone. And then move yourself up your spine to the area or the space between your pubic bone and your belly button, your sacral chakra, our ability to express ourselves, be creative, and visualize the colour orange. And moving ourselves up to the belly button, a source of our power, source of our being, our solar plexus. Visualize the colour yellow. Moving up once more to our heart chakra. Connected to the colour green. It's our source of being able to love ourselves and to love in return, to show compassion and kindness and to be open. And then moving up to our throat chakra, chakra of communication, our ability to say what we mean, but with kindness. So linking that with the colour blue. And then moving up to our third eye, which is linked to the colour indigo. It's our ability to tune into our inner wisdom, our intuition, to understand what is real and what is not. And finally, the crown chakra, expressed in white or purple. This is the chakra of bliss, the chakra of enlightenment, chakra
connects us to a higher self, the universe, something far bigger than ourselves. It is the chakra of our spiritual conscious, of our soul. And our body and our mind and our soul are one. So the chakras, although they are separate, they vibrate at a different frequency. They are influenced by each other. Right, and gently come back slowly. So let the colours that you have visualised, imagine them drawing deep into your core being. Stay there, resonating along your spine, supporting you as you go about your day. And then we'll bring ourselves back by wriggling the toes and fingers. Introduce any other movement that feels good. And then when you're ready, let's take it over to the side, coming into a fetal position or pose as a symbolic mark of starting afresh, and then gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Bring your hands into your heart center. The heart chakra is actually also known as the bridge between the higher levels and the lower level chakras. A bridge of compassion, of love and openness. Take an inhale, reach the arms up high, exhale, press the air away, draw that lovely energy back to your heart and give yourself a well-deserved bow. Well done. I hope you enjoyed that journey through the chakras. If you did, please press like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the mat very soon.